Ooga booga. It is spooky month. Welcome, everybody. How are you all tonight? Hopefully you all are doing all right. Righty, let's just hop right on into Minecraft. I'm so sorry that I swear to God, I cannot get my internet to just behave. I don't get what the deal is. I wish I could give you, like, a decent understanding of what the hell is going on, but my connection is just going to be shit. And it is not going to even remotely cooperate. I don't get it. Like, I don't know, man. It's truly, like, frustrating when you expect some sort of a service and it just doesn't really like bother to do what you expect it to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. May have to jump to a new provider at some point. It's gonna be bad like this. What can you do? So, in other news, I've been kind of sort of... Hey, Travis. Hey, Appleheimer. Hey, Eddie Nochong. Oh, wow. It's been a minute since I saw you in a chat. Anyway, so what I've been trying to do is clear out this underwater area. I want to kind of make this sort of dark room looking thing. Down here, you can kind of see the squids. I forget who had the original suggestion, but it's a really cool suggestion. I like it. And I'm gonna make a section under here for spawning squids, and then I'm gonna also clear it all out and make it deep and dark and all that. And probably, I don't know, name tag a bunch of squids, some people's and chat's names, things like that. And then we're gonna cut through all this because I need the deep slate. And I should be able to tidy this area up quite a bit. Also, I want to get the water more uniform and, like, less ugly. Also, we got lots of axolotls now. I think we're near what's it? What is the name of the biome? The lush cave. I think we're in a lush cave now. I don't know. I'm not gonna hit F3 or anything like that, but yeah. There's no chat. Oh God, I'm stupid. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. Okay, I'm gonna put that there in prep. Yeah, I forgot to configure the chat because I've just been so distracted. This damn internet issue has just, like, it's getting to the point where it's living rent-free in my head, and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, well. Oh, hey, that's right. Yeah, 1 month. I forgot. Thank you for being here for 1 full month, Poncho. I appreciate it. Okay. And then... Dismiss the pinned message. There we go. Yeah, it's the 4th today, because I opened it up on my birthday. And so, yeah, I've been 34 for a month now. And so, yeah, all of them are probably renewing. So, yeah, thank you guys for 1 full month. I appreciate it so much. But at any rate, yeah. It's already been a month. Yeah, I know. It's been an unfortunate month because right after my birthday is when these internet issues started cropping up. And I just can't do much about it. I don't get it. Like, I don't know, man. This shit sucks sometimes. But anyway, yeah, I need to get my mind in the zone and think of other things. Been working lately since it's busy. Oh, yeah. I understand, Eddie. DDoS was a part of my birthday gift? God, I hope not. I seriously cannot believe I'm being DDoSed if that is truly the case. Because this is not the sort of thing, like, my ping is okay. I got only 44 ping. Like, I'm not that bad off. I almost feel like it's a YouTube thing. Like, YouTube itself is just shit. I don't know. Part of me wants to, like, log out of my YouTube account and then log back in and see if that does anything. I don't see why it should, but I'm desperate. Like, I'll do anything at this point. Hey, yes, man. Good evening. It's been a minute. Oh, yeah, it has been, Caden. Thank you. Thank you for showing back up. I appreciate it. Hopefully my spotty internet connection will not drive you away, because there's not much I can do about it being crappy on me. I know it'll be laggy and it'll be like a slideshow. Honestly, it's probably better for you to just listen and not really, like, watch. Just, like, I don't know. I wish I could snap my fingers and make everything just work. Anyway, yeah. Go to Twitch. Well, that's the thing. Like, when I was streaming on Kick last Friday, I was having the same sort of trouble as this. The same connection issues. So, honestly, while I am under the impression it may be, you know, whatever, I'm thinking it really is just my internet, because, like, Kick is a completely different server, completely different everything, and YouTube is just it's its own thing, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know what to say. What am I working on, Wolfram? I am mining out this underwater area to make an aquarium-looking thing, because I want to have this really beautiful sort of underwater display. Not like coral, although I might throw some coral in there, depends on how it looks. What I want is to display glow squids and use this, it's the, this glass, this newer, darker glass. It looks pretty cool. And then, oh yeah, also I need deep slate, of course, to make these troughs and these water fountain looking things. I'm really impressed with how this turned out. This looks pretty darn good. I spent the last day or so tweaking this, and I've got a lot more. You know, I got to do the other corners, obviously. I'm gonna have a sort of water pool that collects here in this corner, and then maybe have like small aqueducts. We'll see. We'll see. And then I want to put a giant building on this segment right here. On Twitch, hacking isn't allowed. Oh no. But yeah, Instagram Live. No, I'm not going to all those. Holy shit, this fucking game. There we go. Something about, like, mining with fast mining, it penalizes me for doing it. I don't know why. Hacking's not allowed on Twitch. That's so fucking funny. Aquarium, you'll definitely want to have coral there. Well, I've got a bunch of coral. It wouldn't be hard to pack up some coral and go to the end with it. Eventually. Oh my fucking god, stop. This game, I swear. Ugh. Why are you doing this, Housemaster? It doesn't, like, reset my position. Oh, god fucking damn it. Scaffold. That's the son of a bitch. Okay. You, right there, officer. You are the culprit. Get the fuck out of my config. There we go. Okay. That's why it was being a son of a bitch. Scaffold. For whatever reason, scaffolding has always been a problem. Oh my god, stop! Never mind, maybe I was wrong. What is this bullshit? Let me fucking move, game. Okay. I don't have speed mine on. There we go. No, there we don't go. What, is there like a... Am I getting stuck in ghost blocks? Like, seriously, what is the deal? I'm literally unable to mine. Not a YouTube issue, you're getting DDoSed. How do you know, though? Like... Okay. I'm gonna open up Tass's thing that he sent me. Speed test. Okay, I'm gonna do the fucking speed test right now. Come on. Speed test. Okay. It's probably going to... Yeah. Yeah, it's probably going to kill my connection. Kind of thought that would be the case. Yeah, it's dipping. But it's still decent. Okay. Only 4 point something megabits per second. Now about 5.2. Megabits per second's kind of fluctuating, but not like that badly. Okay. 5.98. So, maybe if I scale it back from 7K down to like 45. It still has stream health as like the stream health in OBS is still going from green to orange to yellow to red and then down again. Is this maybe gonna fix it? Am I on some sort of a cap? Because see, now it's predominantly green again. What the fuck? I did the speed test by Tass. I don't understand. Internet bullshit is just a mystery to me. Is it really truly getting better? Is it stable? Did that fucking fix it? What the hell? Okay, so, well, no, it's back down to orange again. Okay, it's going back up to green. Well, now it's predominantly green instead of going from red to orange to green to red to orange to green. Back and back and back and back. Like, now it's kind of panning out again. It's very weird. It is stable now. Okay, well, that's better than nothing, I guess. It's strange as all hell, though. I really wish I could just psychically know what the problem is and how to fix it whenever any tech issue crops up. What is my ping? Okay, ping's decent. It is for now. Yeah, exactly. For now. I guess we'll see? I mean, if the stupid fucking thing will just be... No, it's red again. It's back down to red. Now it's fine. Now it's at half. Now it's crawling back up to full. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't fucking know how this internet bullshit works. Like, I guess I'm just gonna have to break down and look on YouTube for a comprehensive sort of like theory tutorial on like how all of this is supposed to work. What are all the intermediate steps between me and, you know, general internet streaming? Like, I don't know any of that shit. To be fair, that's kind of my fault. I've never bothered to educate myself on it, so I'm probably just gonna have to break down and do that. Like, all I've ever known is that router is a magic box that gives internet signal, and that I have Wi-Fi, and that I have a hardline connection, and that the hardline connection's superior. And that's it. And I mean, obviously there's way more to it than that. But like, I just wish I had... Wish I didn't have to put forward any effort. I just knew what stuff was. And that it wouldn't bother me. Oh god. He mad. Ho's mad. Jesus. Okay. That Slenderman wannabe walked off somewhere. Fuck him. Anyway, yeah, wow, it's good. Holy shit, you guys are actually here. The 5G laser that the government shot it. Actually, it's funny, speaking of 5G, or not 5G, sorry, the government stuff that happened today. The what is it, the EAS? Oh, and I just suddenly realized I'm really far behind. Well, whatever, it'll catch up. So yeah, I switched my phone on to airplane mode in prep for that, knowing full well that the the big bad, you know, this is a test of the EAS system, the emergency alert system. I was like, no, I don't want to fucking hear their ping. So I switched my phone to internet, or to airplane mode. And I slept through it. I didn't give a shit. I didn't have to. And so I got to hear a bunch of people moan about how it was all, oh no, the internet, or not the internet, the government system has gone off and like it's all loud and shit. And I'm like, yeah, you bet it is. Get wrecked, normies. And yeah, they got dinged by it. Very happy I didn't have to worry about it. Apart from that, though, do videos instead of streams until the internet issue gets solved. I don't have any ideas for videos, man. That's the thing. Like, my ability to make shit posts has been non-existent lately because I just don't have any ideas. I would do it if I had the idea, but like, the well has run dry. I don't have anything else in my noggin that I can just throw out there. Like, what ideas I had, I put out on the table, and that was the end of it. And so now I've got to wait a while before the well recharges. So, like, I don't fucking know, man. I wish I could just throw out a video a week or some shit. But I can't. That's just... I'm not able. I am not capable of doing a video like that. Like, the beginning of August, all the way up to, like, the beginning of September, I ran through all of my ideas. I don't have them anymore. So, I don't know what else to say. Like, I will do what I can do when I can do it, but, like, I'm never going to make any promises again, because I know I won't be able to do them. So, like, unless you all will willingly give me ideas and things and let me use them, I can't do it, man. I'm sorry. I can't. The well is very shallow and does not recharge very quickly. That's just how my brain functions. And I've just kind of come to terms with that. Like, I cannot make videos, and I cannot make, like, engaging long-form content. This is more or less how I roll, because this is like the little incremental things day to day. More audiobook commentary. I mean, I can't steal audiobooks universally. Like, come on now. The audiobook stuff is for membership only, simply because I know it's something that I don't have to worry about. Like, it's a time to just be engrossed in whatever the thing is. Like, I need to make my own content, and I get that, but I cannot make videos. I cannot be funny like that for an extended period of time. Much as I wish I could be. I'm just not that way. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Shitposting is a hit or miss art. Throw everything. I don't have anything to throw anymore, man. I'm empty. Like, this is the time where I make something awesome, and you get to see it slowly form, bit by bit by bit. If I had more junk to build with, I could probably just skip straight to that point. But even then, like, I don't know, maybe making videos and streams was a mistake. And, like, I should have just kept things mysterious, you know? Like, there's just this process behind the scenes, and you don't get to know how the sausage is made. It just exists. Like, bam, here's my newest base. And you get maybe a once a year thing from me. And that's it. Maybe that's how I should have done it. I don't know. I really wish, like, I knew the best way to do all of this. But, like, all I can do is just break down the things in the area, use them as I can, and then convert them into something somewhat decent. And then step by step, block by block, it all becomes something greater than the sum of its parts. That's more or less how it works. And that's a very slow, somewhat boring process. Can you have water in the Nether? No. This is perfect. I don't know that it's perfect, but like it's fun to just chill, just to sit here. But yeah, trying to add. Oh god, damn it! Please, internet. There we go. So yeah, it just is what it is. Maybe I should just cut back and do like a once a month stream instead. And then just do like maybe a weekly update of this base, although even that's not like that good. I don't know, make a video answering why I'm left-handed. Oh yeah, all of that stuff. Yeah, I should do the frequently asked questions video. I need to do that. Let me write that one down. Because that is something I've been meaning to do for a while. And I've just not done it. Laziness and all that. Pen. I need a pen. There we go. But yeah, like, that would be fine. But I need an endless stream of ideas. Like, if not, it'll be once in a blue moon that I make a video. Till I get a ton of inspiration again. Nether water is only possible with commands. Well, the command, the water thing, rather, that Poncho was referring to, Zach, was in 1.19.4, I think it was, they added the ability to use a splash potion of water in the Nether, and that'll put you out if you're on fire. So there is actually a way to put yourself out if you're on fire in the Nether. Funny enough. Not that I, like, care. That was just a one-off thing, too. Like, so much of my creative process is just, I get a wild hair, and I just do a thing. But I can't force it any more than that. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have a really kick-ass video idea and it'll just blow up. But like, other than that, I really, honestly, I'm probably not cut out for YouTube, if I'm being honest. I'm just, that's not my style. The way things are is, like, not conducive to my creative process. And I just sort of, you know, I would be constantly, perpetually under the gun. Chill streams are a welcome blessing while you study. Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people do enjoy having just the background noise of me doing something or talking about something. And I can appreciate that. Like, I understand that. I'm happy that at least someone is getting something out of this. But insofar as, like, YouTube success, then no, I'm well aware this will not make me even remotely YouTube successful. But, I don't know. Like, making videos like how Sal and Fit and all them do shit, I can't do that. I can't do what they do. I know I can't. Maybe I should make it a point every 6 months or so to do like a just for the newer people who've shown up, just to do a yeah, actually that is a good idea, because there have been a few newer people who've shown up over the last year and a half or so who know absolutely nothing about me beyond simply what they've heard through the likes of Fit, or they've sat around in streams, but they don't know who I am on 2B2T or why. And so there are a ton of, like, historical events that I've been privy to or things that I've been involved in. Like, I guess what I'm saying is I need to tell stories again, because I haven't done that in a while, and I feel like that would be a wise idea to do, at least for now. Yeah, like, okay. Yeah, Uncle Jack needs to start telling a story about some of the shit that I've been involved in years and years and years ago. Check DMs after stream. I'm checking my DMs right now. You ain't DM'd me nothing. Whatever. Anyway. But okay. Yeah, I need to tell some stories, at least for right at the moment. What's some good old 2B2T history? Something that's not been touched upon recently. Like, it's not, maybe it's not relevant to anything, and it's not, like, direly important. Just an interesting event that happened that I was involved in. You like stories? Yeah, I know you do. You could always do 2B2T what-if type stories. No, what-if stories are not valuable. Like, people do not want to know what-ifs. People generally want to know how things were as objectively as possible. There is a thirst for objective knowledge in most people. That's why Fit and Sal and Vincent did so well on YouTube, is that they tried their hardest to cater to that objective what-if. Or not what-if, that objective nature of the human spirit, basically. You want to know how and why things happened. Well, I'm not a bad resource on that. I actually do have a lot of things going for me. Okay. October 4th. All right. Let's go back in time 10 years. 10 fucking years. Alrighty. Let's go back to October the 4th, 2013. What was I doing on 2B2T 10 years ago? Literally 10 fucking years ago. Oh, wow. Okay. I have a screenshot from the 3rd, and I have a screenshot from the 5th. But I do not have a screenshot from the 4th, oddly enough. Okay. Huh. Wow. Alright. Ooh. This one is scary as hell. One of the things that a lot of the newer players, when they recognize me in chat here, behind my model, is that they will say, oh my god, are you Jacktherippa from the Fit videos? Specifically the Fit video where the day the server died. Well, what if I told you there was a point in time, literally 10 years ago, to the day, that there was a point in time 10 years ago where the server was legitimately dead. And I mean dead. Like, oh holy shit, what is going on? Why is nobody online? Let me just illustrate. Okay? 390 players. We have been nearly 400 players online right this second. What I'm about to show you happened 10 years ago. Let me find it. Right here. This is my brother's alt account. This is my brother's account that he had. I used it as a mule for a long time because it was convenient. I had one alt, Berserker. I had my main, Jacktherippa. And then I had my brother's account, Type Mercury. And so this is me on my brother's account on October the 3rd, 2013. This is the tab list. Notice the difference. Notice how there's no one online. Oh, no, that's the Studio Live pop-out chat. Oh, shit. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, notice how there was a huge fucking problem 10 years ago. This is an event I've not actually talked about too extensively. Mostly because it came and went so fast. You know, it really didn't last that long in the grand scheme of things. But, like, for a brief 1 month period from about the end of September all the way until about the end of October, we were afraid 2B2T was just going to die. And it was not going to be with a bang, and it was not going to be the sort of thing you could prevent. The reason there were no people online was that there were such intense lag quakes due to exactly 1.6.4. Now today we're on 1.20.2, I believe. That's the latest version of Minecraft. The latest official version of Minecraft. Servers on 1.19.4, but you know, that's not too far removed from 1.20.2. The important thing to know here is that the server, I mean, we got 20 TPS. This is a remarkably stable version, all things considered. 1.6.4, however, was about as far away from stable as you could get. So at this point in time, 1.6.4, 10 years ago, whenever you would wander out somewhere, eventually you would have what were at the time relatively new structures. Structures would generate based off of the sea. Well, there were things like witch huts, desert temples, you know, important structures that a lot of very advanced players liked to use for their farms. Oh god. Okay, my connection died for a split second there, but it came back. Okay. Connection reestablished. I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened there. And so what happened was, a lot of these players got really upset that Mojang was making between all the new versions and the new updates. The World Seed would change the generation of the overworld drastically between updates. And it was getting to the point where these older structures that people had turned into farms were breaking. Because these old structures now no longer qualified for being structures from a coding perspective. They were structures in how they were generated way back in whatever version they were made in, but they were not structures as far as the World Seed saw them. And in 1.6.4, around October of 2013, the newest version that was on the horizon was 1.7. And 1.7 was a massive overworld overhaul update. Brand new biomes, brand new flowers, a bunch of new stuff was going to be added. And to be fair, it was going to be really, really dope. And 1.7 was like an incredibly highly stable version for years and years and years and years, to the point where Hypixel is still on 1.7 to this day. Simply because 1.7 had a type of PvP and a type of all this other stuff that people just loved. Nobody really could get a good replacement for 1.7. So many mods died in 1.7 because there just were not any more stable versions after that. At least not like the mod authors wanted there to be. And so the changes that were about to come out in October 2013 posed a huge threat to a lot of really highly established, very advanced players. And they complained, and they had access to Mojang. And so they basically said, hey, look, wouldn't it be really cool if you guys, Mojang, were to make structures, once they have generated, no longer be dependent on the seed. When a structure is generated in the world, it is that structure now. And it is forever that structure. So that when you run off in 1.19.4, if I go off that direction, some number of kilometers, and I find a witch hut, okay? In 1.19.4, that witch hut is freshly generated based off of the seed. and the back end of the server sees that that witch hut is a witch hut, and it will spawn witches inside that witch hut. Okay. Well, when we eventually update to 1.20, that witch hut, that hypothetical witch hut, will still be a witch hut, and it'll still see witches and all of that. Everything will be good. I can build a witch farm around that witch hut, and it'll be a-okay. That's the going idea. And so, to be fair, this was a really good idea on behalf of these advanced players. Generated as they were was not a bad option. Until we ended up actually experiencing the update. And so this led to the creation, right before 1.7, of a brand new version. It was the final version of 1.6, 1.6.4. And all 1.6.4 did was scan the server constantly. And it would just see in any loaded area what is a structure. If there are any structures, like witch huts, desert temples, jungle temples, I think those were the only ones that existed back in those days. And it would preserve them as valid locations. And the side effect of this is that it was constantly probing everything. And the server would go from a solid 18 to 20 TPS to 0 TPS in literally half a second. And this was a 4 to 5 second long period of 0 TPS in which you could basically do nothing and go nowhere. And you basically were at the mercy of this. And then no one could tell us why this was happening. It was just happening. Well, as it turns out later on, Housemaster figured out, of all people, Housemaster figured this out, that it was the saving function that was doing this, the structure saving mechanic. So for a month, we were riddled with these horrible lag spikes that you literally could not play through. It was just that bad. And we could do nothing but just deal with it. And so this led to this. Me, on my alt, the only person online. I think this was taken, what time of day was this taken at? Does this, does Windows save that data? Yes, it does. This was taken on Thursday, October the 3rd, 2013, at 12 p.m. The literal middle of the day. No one was online. No one gave a shit. No one wanted to have anything to do with the server because of these absurd lag spikes. And it got to the point where for the very first time, I think I have a series of screenshots. Pretty sure. Where I get to sleep through the night for the very first time ever. Oh, yeah, here's another one. Here's another screenshot of me exactly at that exact time. God, it's 10. No, where is it? It's 2013. 2013-10. Here is me on the 6th of October. This time I'm on my main. So you can definitively be certain that it's me. This is me riding a horse on the Nether roof, which was at that time something nobody else had ever done. Yeah, here we go. Damn. Only one on. LOL. This was taken Sunday, October the 6th at 9:30 at night, 2013. This was just the most bizarre time at that point in time that I had ever seen. And it allowed me, for the very first time ever, to sleep through the night on 2B2T. Oh yeah, here's me and Snacky. Snacky North was one of my friends for a very, very long time. I kind of lost track of him many years ago. During the Russia War, we split and went our separate ways. But like, this is me and Snacky North, just shooting the shit. Oh, bad words. Hey there, Jack. Sup? We're the only ones on. Hey, want to skip the night? And I think House wants to kill the server. I've never done that before. I've never slept the night before. Yeah, I can't say I heard it being done. Snacky North says, bad word. Gotta wait for night and other stuff. People don't appear. Oh yeah, not quite. Nope, gotta get back to Valkyria. Yeah, and so this is where Snacky and I legitimately sleep through the night on 2B2T. A literal, unheard of event. Like, it is absolutely wild. I was maybe able to sleep through the night one more time in 2B2T history. Maybe one more, because look at how many people are online. It's gotten to the point where if you sleep in any bed anywhere, the little pop-up message at the bottom of your experience bar will say, no amount of sleep can skip this night. Because there are just too many people online. And, yeah. It is definitely, like, it's a product of its time. Why did it had a beard? The Samus skin was awesome. Did you make them? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever. Does that account have the very first Elytra? No, it doesn't. That was on Berserker. Berserker should still have that Elytra. But I've not been able to log into Berserker for years because it... Well, I'm not buying priority just to get on to Berserker. Like, that's silly. Maybe one day when I don't have anything better to do on my main, I can fret away 8 to 10 hours waiting in the queue for exactly getting on to check my stats. Like, there's literally no other. But yeah, like, that was a very weird, very unexpected experience that me and a friend were able to just get online and sleep through the night. And pretty sure that only ever happened one more time. And that overall, I really do kind of miss those days, I'm not gonna lie. Even though that was all like 10 years ago. It's weird thinking back on it and going, damn, that was really 10 years ago. But it was. That was really 10 years ago. And I don't know what else to say. Like, time will pass so quickly when you hit a certain age in your life. And that's usually in your early to mid 20s. You will hit this point where time will just begin to slip away from you at an absurd rate. And you almost won't be able to tell where one day ends and the next begins. And the next thing you know, 10 years will have passed. But yeah, it's definitely unique. Oh, and also my next project, or my next task rather, is to duplicate all these maps. I need 4 stacks of empty maps to be able to duplicate that entire thing. I need to mine up more iron for that and grow more sugar cane. You thought your mid to late teens were fast? Oh man, Zach, I feel bad for you. You will hit your 20s if you haven't already, and you will blink, and days will be going by like mad. Okay. I'm gonna put all this in here. Fuck! I fell. Show the painting? I already did. Like, I've shown the painting a million times. It's literally in the thumbnail. You don't feel well, Travis? Dude, you just... Oh, actually, if you're having motion sickness, I do know a really good medicine for that. It's called, meclizine. It should be over the counter. If you can get someone to run to the drugstore and get you some meclizine, that should more or less help. But other than that, you don't want to be a teenager. I mean, you won't be for much longer. You will hit your 20s, and that's how it is. Anyway, only remember ages 0 to 5 going way faster than... I don't know. What age would I say? Like 0 to maybe 10 was excruciatingly slow. Like... that time in my life, my early childhood to where, to about the time I became a teenager, just felt so absurdly slow-paced. Oh, shit. Mobs. Anyway. So, yeah, it was an interesting time because of the lag. And then eventually House figured out, oh, well, you know, if we just disable the structure-saving mechanic, that'll do it. And sure enough, the server went right back to normal. And I was never able to skip the night again. And then we got 1.20 in November sometime. And I was never in that lucky a position again. But it was a really cool time because we ended up getting to, even though we were deathly afraid of the server dying, we did get to experience a really cool, like, event, which was getting to sleep through the night, which was weird. Even today, if you could sleep through the night on 2B2T in 1.19, that would be strange as all hell. Let's throw that in there. Okay. Now then, let's go back underwater and mine out more of this area because I need to clear it out to make my aquarium, my aquarium. You remember when you turned 9 and you felt so much older? Well, I guess. Just enjoy life and learn, don't sweat too much. I mean, yeah, that's true. But when you look back on it, it will always feel like it is so much more like draining. So much more time passed than you realized. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just crazy. Is birth to a few years faster than 20s? No, I would say the older you get, the more broad your sense of time becomes. Which, in my opinion, feels like that's what makes time pass faster. If time got slower as you got older, or your perception of time got slower as you got older, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But, like, I feel like it's precisely because when you're a year or two old, and when you're only 4 or 5 years old, the amount of time you've lived is just so small, you don't really think about it. You know, every moment of every day is somewhat new for you. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, connection's getting all shitty again. But, yeah, when you are only a few years old, every minute of every day is more than you've realistically had. It gets faster because each subsequent year is about a smaller fraction of your life. Yeah, exactly, Universon. That's what I mean when I say your perception of time broadens as you get older. I wish that wasn't the case, but, like, it makes sense. Oh well, what can you do? Isn't that way for at least 6 years or so, basically, when you're paying attention? Yeah. Like, I swear to God, days pass by like that. Wait, sir, can you say that again? The drug? Meclizine. I'll put it in here. Meclizine. Also known as anti-vertigo. It's for vertigo and motion sickness. It's a good medicine. I don't really have any motion sickness or vertigo stuff, but I've heard of people who swear by it, so if you're having troubles, that's a good place to start. Dramamine is also another, but that's related to Benadryl, and if you have a Benadryl-related thing, if Benadryl fucks you up, Dramamine will fuck you up. Just the unfortunate nature of chemical structures. Imagine how long it must feel to have your first minute on Earth. Yeah, when you're a newborn, yeah, it must feel really, really long. Make sure to read the warnings. Yes, that too. That too. You're a very, very keen user, Stone Cold Killer. I would be very careful with like taking certain drugs just because you never really know what interactions you may end up having. Because like there are people who will get messed up on the likes of, you know, Benadryl. Like they'll trip balls on Benadryl. And Benadryl's just an over-the-counter antihistamine. Although it'll make you drowsy too. I've heard of people who will literally hallucinate on Benadryl. Like, if you have that stuff going for you, if that's how your body functions, Benadryl is a scary drug. Which is funny because I don't... every time I handled Benadryl, every time I had to mess with Benadryl, I was always like, oh, well, this is that drug that's just good for knocking your kids out on a plane ride or something. Not really, like, you know, dangerous. I also have heard, in my time in the drug trade, I also heard of people taking crap loads, I'm talking like 10 to 20 pills, of loperamide. Don't do this. This is very, very, very stupid. Do not do this. Okay? There's your warning. I've heard of people who are opioid addicts taking lots of loperamide, which is loperamide is an anti-diarrhea medication. And they'll take like 10 to 20 tablets of loperamide to delay withdrawal symptoms of whatever narc they're withdrawing from. Usually it's Norco, hydrocodone, morphine, stuff like that. The really high-end opioids that people love to abuse. And that will technically not only keep you from crapping yourself if you are, you know, having some bad diarrhea, it'll also just straight up prevent you from having a really nasty withdrawal experience from an opioid. The problem is, loperamide acts in such a way that it might just make you, you know, bleed internally if you abuse it too heavily. So, again, don't do this. I cannot stress how bad of an idea that is. What really was like flooring, because loperamide is... It's, what is the chemical name of Benadryl? It's, loperamide is related to Benadryl. What is it? It's loperamide... What was Benadryl? Fuck, what is the chemical name of... Chemical name of... Diphenhydramine, that's it. Never mind, it's not that. It's similar, but it's not the same. I've heard of people abusing those things. Not a smart idea, obviously. And then also the usage of Benadryl. Like, what really surprised me about Benadryl is that it was used in a sedative mixture that I had to handle one time. It was mixed with a bunch of other stuff, and it was used for like sedating people and keeping them from being in intense pain as they were basically like on hospice care. That really threw me for a loop because I was always under the impression Benadryl was just some, you know, silly antihistamine drug. I had no idea stuff like that was like wildly powerful, the type of stuff that, like I said, it could make some people trip if you didn't know what you were doing. Oh, damn. Okay. I did some shit like that, taking tablets of pills to get high. I'm happy that you quit all that. Good. Good, good. Thank you, John Zob. You're very smart. Do not do that shit. Bad, bad, bad things will happen to you. And oftentimes, those who abuse those types of drugs will have some sort of like negative repercussion when they get old because of the damage that it does to their body over time. Well, those damages don't really like show up until you get old, where you're already old from metabolic damage that your body has already undergone. And so that just sort of compounds whatever problems you had anyway. Oh god. Oh, I'm in a loop again. I'm stuck. But yeah. Anyway. Kim Jong-un October? What? The fuck does that mean, Stone Cold Killer? Hey, El Cayman. Welcome. How is my favorite pseudo-alligator, pseudo-crocodilian? How have you been faring? Reminiscing and taking drugs? No, I've not been taking drugs. I've been saying shit about people who did take drugs and oh my god, the conditions that it will inflict upon you. Reminiscing about my time in the drug trade. That was really more what it was all about. Okay. Now then, when my net will iron itself out, which I think is more or less now, let me go up to. God damn it! Somebody's giving somebody a dressing down. Okay. All right. So that was. I've already told the story of the server being totally abandoned. All right, so, what's another good story from about, maybe not 10 years ago, but somewhere in that time. We lived in Valkyria 10 years ago. What else did we do? I'm trying to think of what else happened 10 years ago that was, like, really cool. Or even remotely interesting. Oh yeah, horses on the Nether roof. Oh yeah, that was cool. Okay, so we were able to put horses on the Nether roof about this time 10 years ago. That was a convenient workaround because basically we were unable to get on the Nether roof for the very first time. Okay. Let me peruse these screenshots just to be safe. I don't want to inadvertently show bad stuff. Okay. Alright, I think it's alright. Alright, cool. Let me swap over to Lilith display capture, maybe? Okay. I need to, yeah, okay. Need to look at OBS on another screen. Okay. So, starting here. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So, about 10 years ago, I ended up getting kind of separated from my base. I lived millions and millions of blocks out at that time. Also, I guess I'm gonna, like, exit out of Minecraft. We're kind of done with Minecraft for the evening. So yeah, I'm just going to tell one last big story, I think. All right. So, basically, I was separated from my base for many, many months. I lived literally millions of blocks away from spawn. This base that I lived at is now very famous. It has a very famous name that I will not repeat here. But if you want to know, you can go find out for yourself. So this guy next to me is Zarviar, one of the very first friends that I made on 2B2T. Sadly, he no longer plays. He doesn't care. And we have kind of drifted apart. Very sad, because I liked Zar. He was a cool guy. So Zarviar helps me get up on the nether roof, and I help him get up on the nether roof, and we're able to ride around on horseback. Horses were brand new in 1.6. So they were maybe 2-3 months old by this time. Something like that. And horses were server side. Meaning when the server lagged like hell, you were not able to move your horse. If the server was lagging, you froze. It doesn't work that way anymore, but back in those days it did. This is also why the lag quakes that I mentioned, this is why that was so bad. Horseback travel was the only way to go around back in those days. We didn't have Elytra. There were no speed hacks. Using a pig with a carrot on a stick was considered too slow because horses were faster. And there were no boat fly and other exploits of that nature. There was no means of going fast. There was running, and that was it. And horses were the very first new thing added to the game that allowed you to both preserve your hunger and also go really fast. The only problem is that horses were big and they took up space, so you couldn't go down a small 2x1 tunnel. You had to have a larger tunnel. Well, those larger tunnels didn't exist in the Nether back in those days. The Nether was a death sentence for horses. But the Nether roof, for several months, had been shut down, so walking on the Nether roof was also off limits. If you got up there somehow, your ass would get teleported back down some number of blocks to an air pocket. So getting around on the Nether roof was nigh impossible. So, at this time, unbeknownst to us, the server had already been backdoored. And in that backdoor plugin, the people who had backdoored the plugin, the server at this time, we were not aware of it, but we would come to later find out later that it was Pyrobyte and Tristan toward the end of 2013. They just gave Housemaster a plugin that was to stop some really stupid bug of some kind, and they just gave it to him. And he said, here's a plugin. Have at it. And House just took it. And yeah, he just installed it. Didn't think a damn thing of it. And it was a backdoored plugin that allowed them operator access to the server as a whole. So they were doing crazy things with that. But one of the things this plugin did is that prior to the installation of this plugin, if you got a horse on the Nether roof and a player was attempting to ride the horse, the server crashed. And I've got a screenshot of me and Sato and Pyrobyte crashing the server one night. I was using this fancy machine to get a horse on the Nether roof while a player was riding it. And that it just shut the whole thing down. It was really quite funny because we could crash the server on demand. Really amusing. So, at this point, this exception is built into the server regarding horseback riding players. The server will not attempt to teleport you off the roof. You are now able to ride a horse anywhere. You can go anywhere. No matter what. You don't need food, because while you're riding on horseback, you do not lose hunger. You only need the obsidian and a flint and steel to make a nether portal to get down. And that's it. And all you have to do is dismount your horse, and you're back down in regular Nether, and that's that. And as a result, this was absurdly OP, and only a handful of people had access to it, myself and Zarviar and a few other people included. Well, several months earlier, I got separated away from my base way out in the millions. It was my own stupid fault. The base was kind of dead. A lot of people were very bored with it, so we all more or less left it. But we all wanted to go back. But because it was out in the millions, that required... And there were no nether tunnels that were going to take you that far back in those days. Today, you could probably find a tunnel that'll take you out that far. But back in those days, no. This is... 1 million in the overworld is 125,000 in the nether. So that's how many blocks long you would have to mine. That's absurd. It's a lot, but people have done that sort of thing before. So, you know, that's 2B2T. So what ended up happening was we were just kind of resigned to the idea that we're never going to get back. And lo and behold, we get told, oh yeah, you can put a horse on the nether roof and it's fine. And I was like, but Pyro, didn't that crash the server? We tested that. What? Nothing's changed, right? Right. Well, no, it did. So as it turns out, yeah, it actually did change. They had gotten their backdoored plugin installed on the server. But Pyro didn't say as much directly to me. He just loosely implied some things, and I was able to read between the lines, and later on, all of this was confirmed. So I get Zar and myself up there on the nether roof, and yeah, we just kind of start bolting. So this was October the 19th, 2013 at 1957. So this is 1900 hours, 57 minutes, 27 seconds. So that's what, 7 p.m., almost 8 p.m. at night. So yeah, this was just us riding around, and people build stuff on the nether roof for about a year and a half, up until the nether roof is shut down. So there are actual landmarks still to this day, at least I think. Although if memory serves, Housemaster installed a plugin a while ago to wipe all of that. So I don't think these blocks are there anymore at the negative 20k landmark up on the nether. I'm pretty sure that's all gone because Housemaster hates fun, but what can you do? And all of this should more or less be up there. But it probably isn't, knowing him. So one of the fun things that we did was, riding out to my base, I wanted to hit the diagonal, which is the perfect diagonal going out of 0, 0, which is, as you're going into the quadrant, both your X and your Z raise at the same rate. So we were in negative, so that would be, this is negative 20k, negative 20k. That's what this landmark is. The negative 20k landmark is negative 20k X, negative 20k Z. And so Zar and I were like, yeah, let's just ride on the perfect diagonal and see what landmarks we run across. So I took screenshots of a lot of this shit. Wow, they really changed the debug screen. I'd forgotten that it used to look like this. The X, Y, and Z values were here. There was so much less information cluttering up the screen. Our saying, Jesus, I shit myself, was, he was auto-walking. Oh, whoops. Oh, this is old. This no longer exists. Don't worry about it. He was auto-walking on his horse, riding forward. And he was AFK, and he didn't expect me to come up on him. And he was walking up against one of these pillars. And he had stopped dead in his tracks because he was AFK. And he was like, Jesus, I shit myself because I scared him. And I said, oh, I'm sorry to have scared you. And, yeah, we more or less, just kept riding. Loaf. Yeah, Loaf was spelled in netherrack up on the roof. Loaf Lewis. No idea what the hell any of that means. Aberon was here to build this thing on the 4th, or no, on April the 20th, 2013. Isn't that something? Aberan built this on 4/20 from 2013. Jump on the fire, he says. Ha. He's like, jump on the fire, Jack, because your horse will catch on fire and die. That was the gag. And I was like, nah, wrestling the horse up on the roof was enough trouble. I don't need to die. Another one. Yeah, we ran into another gigantic fucking netherrack monstrosity. Oh my god, I'll send the pics over Skype. Jesus, Skype. Can you imagine? Oh yeah, this was all stuff on the 19th of October. So that's coming up on 10 years. Negative 500k is not even close. Nope. This was very far away from the 500k. This is me and Zarviar. My horse was marginally faster than Zarviar's, and so I eventually outpaced him. I outran him, and he was like, Jack, you asshole. And I'm like, I'm sorry, my horse is just faster, man. I don't know what to tell you. And Pyro was being Pyrobite. I ran up against Snacky, my friend Snacky North. He was AFK, and then I lapped him because my horse was faster. That didn't happen until the 20th. That's how you know. This trip, by the way, we were out 4.4 million blocks. So that's like 550,000 blocks in the Nether. So from 0 to 550,000 blocks. And so, of course, everybody riding Zarviar, Snacky. You see Kinorana here in one of the earlier screenshots. Yeah, Kinorana was with us as well. We were all just AFK. Like, this was such a long journey. It was a literal 2-day trip. Like, this is October 19th. Here it's October 20th. We literally spent 2 full days just AFK auto-riding horses in one direction. That was how long and how arduous of a journey this was. Oh my god, what a nightmare. I never want to have to make a journey like this ever again. But thankfully we have like Elytrafly hacks and all sorts of other crazy little exploits. We've just got so many more efficient ways of doing stuff now that it's just, it's not even funny. This is not, like, this is just really old shit now. Really outdated. Yeah, I didn't arrive until the literal 22nd of October 2013. This is when I finally got to my base 4 million something out. What else? I don't think this was legitimate, though it could have been once upon a time. These are pig spawners, which we know there were pig spawners on 2B2T. This was me on Berserker near spawn. This was a weird thing. Yeah, I was on the X Highway. What little existed of the X Highway back in those days. Like, the X Highway was about the only developed highway 10 years ago. It's hard to believe there were no real highways except exactly the X Highway 10 years ago. But here we are. Mysteries abound in this world that we will see. Foes all around, but I will go fearless and free. I'll give you strength, you give me love. That's how we'll live. My courage won't fade if you're with me. My enemies will never win. We will fight for love and glory. We will live to tell the story. There is nothing we can't live through. Nothing ever dies. We will rise again. Don't stop, don't stop. We're in luck now. Don't stop. Keep your spirit proud. I have no idea what song this is. And ride upon the wind. All we have to do is go. Free the soul. Dragon soul. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it was cool. And I was like, why not? And so I saved it. Oh god, my own Polly the Parrot. Oh, people did not like Polly the Parrot, I tell you what. Oh, wow. I don't remember building this. But I think I did. Yeah, this was at my base, 500,000 blocks, 550,000 blocks out. Jack. I think I built this on the nether roof. It's probably not there anymore because, as I said, blocks on the nether roof were erased. And then this was part of the base at this area that I built. This is the precursor to Space Valkyria, for those of you wondering. And yeah, that is more or less the end of the story. So how about that? Did you all like the crazy shit, the fun stuff, the interesting times? Oh, I don't have a chat little thing for this screen. Oh, well. Whatever. It doesn't matter. At any rate, guys, thank you all so much for coming out and giving me a moment of your time. I do appreciate it. It was fun. It was fun. But, you know, overall, I think it's interesting to look back on all the crazy stuff and all the crazy events I've been part of. Even the small things have more or less added up to something. You know, tiny little accidents eventually become larger history. You know, it's like if you found a piece of gravel, it would only be one pebble. But like, history is not one pebble. History is like a field of gravel. You know, it's many millions and billions of little stones and little bits of garbage all piled up in one. And it really does kind of help you to appreciate where you've come and what all's happened. Like, yeah, you're looking back on, you know, 10 years worth of stuff. But like, it's not a bad idea to do that every once in a while, you know. So yeah, maybe I should start telling more stories more often. Overall, though, I think it'll be pretty fun to, you know, do this sort of thing again in the future. But yeah, y'all have a great night. Thank y'all so much for coming out and giving me a moment of your time. I really do appreciate it. I know my internet connection's not been the greatest, but thank y'all anyway. Hopefully things will shape up eventually. I can't say when or how. I don't know. It's very much out of my hands at the time. But yeah, y'all make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave comments, all that shit. Tell your friends about me. Follow me on Twitter, join our Discord down in the description. Blah, 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 blah. I will try to eventually do more videos soon when I get more inspiration. I should probably work on that frequently asked questions video because, well, I should. And yeah, apart from that, y'all have a great evening. I will see you all tomorrow for... What is tomorrow? Thursday? I might try doing that adventure map again. What was it? Final Paradox? I might just do more mining on 2B2T. If my connection's gonna be shite, there ain't much I can really do anyway. So, like, I don't know. I do need to, like, make some inroads toward getting that underwater section cleared out. But I am getting there, you know. Little baby steps, you know. If history is a field of gravel, well, the history of the future will also be a field of gravel. But it's built one pebble at a time, and yeah, that's more or less how we do things. So yeah, y'all have a great night. Goodbye.